Hello and welcome, and today I'm going to be playing this VR chat map called Project Summer Flair with my boys Dogman, who is easily spotted by his dance, the Dogman dance, and DJR, the autistic little Kiwi that likes to fall down fucking stairs. We had no idea what we were supposed to be doing, but we eventually found ourselves walking around, being electricians, fighting robots, failing at parkour, and then somehow setting off a fucking nuke. Will we be able to complete the map and save humanity, or will my game crash halfway through the fucking map?
Hell?
How are you to get...
Oh, don't fucking tell me.
Only one way to find out, so let's get started. It all started with us spawning in on a beach. We had no idea what the fuck we were supposed to do, so we headed into this building that was behind us. After getting mesmerized by a gate opening up, we continued on to find out that we were inside of an aquarium. After exploring the aquarium for a while, DGR decided he wanted to be a fish, which caused him to fall through the map like a retard.
He was trying to do something and then he just like fucking went flying through the ground. What the fuck?
After walking around for a little bit, we came across the aquarium's gift shop, where I then proceeded to beg Dogman to buy me a ball.
Can I get the ball? I want a ball. I want a ball. Can I get the ball?
He finally agreed, so we headed out of the aquarium and back to the start of the map to maybe find a clue of what we were supposed to be doing. Back at spawn, we found a drawing of a ball, watermelon, and a bell in some boxes, so we came to the conclusion that that was what we were supposed to do. We walked around the beach and found the watermelon underneath a umbrella, so all we had left to find was the bell. With nowhere else to look, we decided to head up a road, where we found ourselves inside of a small town. We looked around for a while, but alas, there was no bell. Dogman then pointed out that there was a tunnel down the road, so we decided to head that way. At the end of the tunnel, we found what looked to be a temple that had the 3 boxes we saw in the picture, so our main focus swapped to finding the bell. After looking around for 10 minutes with no sign of the bell, we decided to reload the map to see if maybe it just didn't spawn in. Since we already knew where the first 2 were, we decided to split up to catch up to where we were before reloading. After I got the ball and DJ got the watermelon, Dogman went and found the bell somewhere near the temple. Before we put the items in the boxes, we decided to jam out for a second to celebrate. Once we finished, we put the items in the 3 boxes and were transported to a different part of the map.
I'm so scared.
Oh my god, you look like...
Once our screens lightened up, we found a box with 3 levers on it. So instead of using our brains, we just started sliding them up and down fucking randomly. I then realized there was wires coming out of the box that led to 3 other switches. 3 switches, and an Apex Legends reference later, a door opened.
I'm shielding.
I'm shielding.
We entered the room to find a tablet that introduced a character named Loopy. Loopy was supposed to help guide us, but we ended up just ignoring it. After walking for a bit, we came across a door that opened with a chain, but instead of just opening the door enough to get us through, I jerked the chain off until it was fully open. On the other side of the door was yet another tunnel that led to yet another chain opened door, but this time when we opened it, we were attacked by a robot with a fucking laser beam.
Oh, what the fuck? It's a Dylan! Oh, I thought it said Dylan.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, what the fuck?
It's a Dylan!
We started to panic, but saw a gun symbol on our screen, so we made a run for it. The gun didn't seem to be doing jack shit, but Dogman, the only person paying attention to Loopy, said that we had to wait for it to hit 100%. Once it hit 100, the pistol started shooting fucking rockets, and 8 rockets later, the robot was dead, so we moved on.
Such a tiny pistol.
After killing the robot, we found a mirror. So we did what every VR chat user does and laid down. After getting our rest, we ended up at a ladder, which I found a little bit difficult to climb since I could only use one hand since I was still holding the pistol. If only I knew that the next room was going to involve longer ladders, bars, and a rope that we would have to climb to get to a supply drop that Loopy called in for us. And since I insisted on taking the pistol with us, I ended up falling again, and falling one more time. And then 3/4 of the way up, my game decided to almost kill itself.
Oh?
How are you to get...
Oh, don't fucking tell me.
It eventually fixed itself, and we finished the climb, which gave DJR a sword. So I did what anyone would have done, and started shooting him with the gun.
Oh shit!
Using the sword, we cut open a door which took us to an alternate version of the aquarium. After making our way past multiple machine guns, we found ourselves in a tunnel with people in hazmat suits looking in at us.
Fuck you! You're in the wrong fucking hood, man!
I then ran into my old enemy, the ladder. But since I could climb without the pistol, it made it a lot easier.
Wait,
Oh,
no,
wait,
one of us
oh,
just
okay,
goes
wait.
up and
I got this one, boy!
You should prank him and you should take his gun out of his fucking TV like
If you take my gun, I'll suck your dick!
We cut our way through another door, where we received a phone call telling us that a COD player got a 25-player kill streak and called in a nuke. We ran all the way back to where we first arrived and were informed by Loopy that we needed to reload the map and call the number 2141. But instead of doing that, we sat and danced in front of the mirror until the nuke went off.
I just see what.
Wait, how you... Oh,
Wait, this is fucking weird. Wait, what the fuck?
oh.
Wait.
Yo?
Yo, I think we're in heaven. You know what that means?
Heaven. Boys, we made it.
We're in heaven.
We're in VR heaven, boys.
After our short experience in heaven, we decided to finally do what we were told and reload the map. We called the number 2141, which happened to be my meth dealer in the apartment building.
Go to the skate park and shit.
Man, I'm trying to find that. Don't, come on. There's people there. Guys, some privacy. Come on, I know you got that stuff on you, man. Come on.
Come on, man. We're trying to kill core siblings, man. What are you doing? Come on, get off the phone, man.
Be sleeping now. I don't care if this person's sleeping. I'm trying to get some fucking meth.
Once the phone call was over, and I got my meth, a waypoint appeared at the end of the tunnel, so we headed that way again. When we reached the waypoint, we got to see the nuke going off in the distance. Then we were transported back to where we died, to see the nuke going off a little bit closer. A box appeared above us, and we were told to put our hands up to summon a Diden. We held our hands up like retards for a while, and decided the map might have broken, so we reloaded the map again. One phone call and a nuke later, we were back with the square, holding our hands up, but this time it worked and a Diden appeared. It shot the wall with its laser, which allowed us to head deeper into the facility. While walking in the facility, it changed to a road with sunflower fields along it. DJ and I didn't know what the fuck it was, so we decided that it was just the meth we took. After climbing another ladder, DJ and I sat at the top doing the Dogman dance while we waited for Dogman.
I knew it. I fucking...
Oh, mirror!
After finishing the fan puzzle in the next room, Dogman somehow got a sword, so I accused him of being a fucking wizard.
It started to load, and the sword popped in my hand.
Dogman's a fucking wizard, okay.
After dropping down a hole, we were attacked by 2 Didens, and since I didn't have the pistol, we were defenseless. After hiding behind a wall for a while, a hand prompt appeared on my screen, so I reached up and grabbed it and pulled a miniature VR headset off my face, but this removed all audio from the game. In confusion, I tried asking Dogman and DJ if they could hear me, and met mixed responses. With no way to communicate, DJ and I started doing the Dogman dance to get Dogman's attention. After walking around for a while, we made it to a pool-looking thing filled with white. There was 3 switches, so DJ and I flipped one, and fucked around until Dogman flipped the other switches.
Okay.
Once all 3 switches were flipped, we regained audio and appeared in a white room with the door. We opened the door to find that we somehow ended up in a lab on the moon. The lab looked to be making anime robot people to transfer human brains into, but who really cares about that? We pretended to snowboard down a hallway and found a room with a view of the Earth. Using a working telescope, we looked at the destroyed Earth and found a Morse code machine in the room. We then used Morse code to send a message into space about communism. We were then swiftly captured by the MSS, where we lost all of our social credit and were promptly executed. And that's it. That's the map. Well, at least our version of it, since I didn't read any of the dialogue. Overall, I would rate this map 8 crusty tomatoes out of 10. Now go away.